Welcome to another session of Searching for Salvation. As always, we like to state our goals, and they're simply this. We want to try to impress upon our brethren the importance of being individually in the New Testament so that they can improve on their Christianity. Also, I'm not asking anyone to accept my opinions. That would completely defeat the purpose of what we're trying to do here. It's for edification only. These are my opinions, the opinions that I have from my studies, and you have to develop your own. That's what we're trying to do here. Tonight we're going to talk about patterns. Most religious organizations are very fond of patterns. Some of them have scriptural basis for their pattern. Others don't. Others believe that, or some believe that their pattern is the only one. Most don't. What you need to realize is, yeah, we have patterns, but guess what? It's not unique for us. The Jews had patterns too. They had the Ten Commandments. They had the feast days and special days and sacrifices and so forth that they kept. And of course, they kept the Sabbath. Now, have you ever wondered why Jesus used the Sabbath as one of the most time that he would heal people? And because it infuriated the Pharisees because they didn't think he was keeping the Sabbath. But no, that's not why he did it. Of course not. He did it because he loved his people, and he was trying to teach them a lesson. He was trying to teach them what was really important. He was trying to tell them that when it comes down to it, he did not say not keep the Sabbath. He said keep the Sabbath. But if you have a choice of keeping the Sabbath or helping someone, help someone. That's what's more important. Now, I believe that Jesus wants us to do the same thing today. He wants us to learn the same lesson. And I think that it's an important one. It doesn't matter what kind of rules and regulations that you have. They are subordinate to healing or to helping people, helping the needy. And I believe that's been true from the first century, and it'll always be true. And the point is, Jesus made the point that he's trying to tell his brother, and he said, I desire mercy, not sacrifice. Also, he said that, the Sabbath wasn't made, man wasn't made for the Sabbath was made for man. Well, the same is true with all these rules, regulations, and patterns. We weren't made for them, they were made for us. If you can understand that. There is no reason to ever discount the importance of helping others, helping alleviate suffering. There's a problem with religions. Everyone I've ever seen the budgets for, you can tell what's important by the size of the piece of the pie. And every one that I've ever seen, benevolence has been the smallest piece of the pie. Now, I'm not saying the other parts of the pie are not important. A building to worship in, a preacher to teach us, and so forth and so on. Not at all. But if we're trying to learn the lesson I believe that Jesus is trying to teach us, would he be pleased with that? I really don't think he would. And we need to remember that we need to satisfy and please Jesus, not the other way around. That's why I think studying the New Testament is so important, because that's where you find out what's important to him and what isn't. And it's just as applicable today as it was then. The Word of God was written, the New Testament anyway, was written 2,000 years ago. Jesus hasn't changed in 2,000 years, neither has God. And guess what? Neither has his Word. It's just as important to us today as it was to them. And I believe we really need to see it that way. And we could avoid some of these, I believe, these issues that we might be misinterpreting if we did. So I hope this gives you something to think about. I don't know what we're going to talk about the next time, but I hope you have a good week, and God bless you.